Hi, my name is Brent. I play Ken, 1/3 of the Ken Trinity, and I'm here today to teach you how to play Street Fighter through Ben here.
I'm Ben and I'm a scrub.
Obviously, like the first thing I want to do is kind of establish what type of pace you're playing. Like, are you an aggressive Ken? Are you a defensive Ken? What are your habits and like what is your sense? So, and I see that you've been a little bit more defensive. You're not really rushing me down too much. You're trying to stay back, throw fireballs, which is good. That's like how Ken should be played.
Is that Ken now or Ken like season 2?
Season 2, he had a lot of offensive tools that helped him out in season 1, like an EX dive kick being plus on block, and his normals were a little bit faster. So now they've kind of changed him to where he's kind of forced to be play defensive. But if you feel the rhythm, you can play offensive. Like that's kind of like more my style. Actually playing pretty patient.
Oh, okay.
That was good. A couple of
I'll be more aggressive.
Yeah, a couple of those DPs though questionable, but.
Questionable as in you don't
as in,
like them or
it,
shouldn't do that?
You shouldn't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, DPs in this game are extremely punishable, so you don't want to throw them out like that because you get hit for 40% each time. They're more of like a defensive tool in this game. You knew how to throw fireballs. That's always step number 1. You got to learn how to throw fireballs as a shoto.
Right.
You gotta learn. This game, it's fireballs aren't as strong of a tool as they've been in other Street Fighters, but they're still important. So one thing definitely I noticed right away that I don't think you know of, or at least are aware about, is you do have that get off me move. Yeah. Like obviously I was playing pretty offensive, and I was like rushing you down. So you do have the EXDP to kind of like get me off. Like I said earlier, it's kind of more of like a defensive tool in this game than offensive. You know, if you feel like I'm like overwhelming you with pressure or you just can't really get anything started, it's a good way to kind of like reset the balance, you know. Okay, so you do that when you're getting up? Like when exactly. Or I mean, at any time, it's invincible. Right. So you can use it to get out of, you know, any frame traps that I'm trying to do, or if I'm trying to pressure you on your wake up, you could do it there too. I mean, like I said, DPs do get punished pretty hard in this game. Right. But you have to at least make them aware that it's an option, or else they're just going to go nuts on you. Like I was kind of just going crazy. Right. Because I had no fear. So it's a big mind. You know, Street Fighter is like 80% mind game. Like, right. It's all about being the other person's set and knowing what they're doing, what they're not doing. So like I said, just right there, kind of feeling you out. That's kind of what I always do round 1. Just kind of like feel out their style. What do they
force
like
them to do something.
Exactly. And then when the second round comes, I kind of apply what I've learned into opening them up.
Is anybody they play against that actually switches up on
of course, yeah. I mean, that's what makes top level. You know, you stay unreadable, or as unreadable as possible. Right. And yeah, you always keep them on like, keep them guessing. You always stay 1 read ahead. A big thing with Street Fighter V, aside from what you can do in training mode, is just knowing frame data. This game is a very like numbers heavy game, where knowing exactly how plus and minus and the startup of moves are is very important. A lot more important than it has been, at least in Street Fighter 4 from what I've played and the other games. So, I mean, that's outside of training mode, that's something that you're always going to want to know, especially for your character. So, if you're at least attempting to compete or like play at a top level, like you're going to have to learn that stuff. So, I mean, you got to put in the work. It's kind of like homework. Yeah. Like we've always sat down and have to study that stuff because we got to know, you know, what we can do in certain situations. So it's important. So a big thing with Ken is this using this medium kick. Okay. You can use it in neutral. It's not the fastest normal, but it's good. So what's going to happen a lot of times, or especially with the shimmy, is you're going to get this situation where you get this. Okay. So double tap. That's medium kick roundhouse. It's his target combo. Yeah. Medium kick roundhouse. So what you're going to do is you want to make sure that you're using that into DP when you whiff punish or when you shimmy or something like that. And it's a very slow combo. You don't have to like feel rushed. You know, you kind of just take it one part by one part. So when do I load in the you're going to, as soon as you can kind of buffer it ahead of time and then kind of like hit the punch right after the kick. So like I'll show you, like kind of listen to my timing on my buttons. Right. So you can kind of like. Okay, so you're doing it like just as you hit the kick. Yeah. It's kind of like, it's a cancel, so like that. There exactly, we go. Exactly. Right. So what you're going to want to do is now that you've got that, you want to make sure you get it consistently. Right. So part of training mode is like over and over again. Muscle memory. You got to do it over and over. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to want to just, you know, again over 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Just make sure it's something that's, you know, inbred into you. That way, when you play the match, it's just second nature. You know, because a lot of times the difference in matches comes down to something like that. Right. So you want to make sure that when that situation happens, it's just instinct that kicks in and it just comes out.
As soon as you land that medium kick, you already want to be.
Yep. You want to, so what you're doing is you're canceling the roundhouse, which means that you want to do it instantly before he goes into recovery. Popular situation for Ken is like he gets this pop, target combo run, light DP, EX DP, and that works anywhere.
Okay.
But like I said, it didn't always start that way. You know, since the beginning of the game, we were doing things like, you know, and the game always evolves. We're doing things like just like simple combos in a heavy tatsu, but through training mode, people grinding it out, crunching these numbers, they found out the most damaging combos, so we implement that into our game.
So people use the term confirms or confirm hits a lot. If you just, I don't know what the hell that means. So
Sure.
If you could just explain that on the game.
And that's a good question too, because it's a term that gets thrown around on stream a lot. Commentators use it, and I think it's actually kind of used improperly a lot of times.
Okay.
It's kind of like a word that a lot of people have their meaning for, but I mean, for the most part, hit confirming is just reacting to something happening in the situation and then confirming your next sequence off of it hitting versus it being blocked. So you play a great character to kind of illustrate what confirms are, because that's like a lot of what Ken's offense is, or just his even some part of his defense in general, are confirming. So pretty much in tournament, I mean, for an example with Ken is he has a target combo, his back strong, back fierce. You know, if you do that, you get the tap. Now, if you do that on block, just the one punch, it's safe.
Yep.
But if you do both of them like that, it's unsafe. You can get punished for it.
Okay.
So therefore, you don't want to just do this in tournament, or you're going to get hurt. You're going to get punished for it. So what you have to do is you have to learn to react to the back strong hitting, and confirm that to do the follow-up. Versus if it's blocked, you just do the first part.
Right.
So in Ken's pressure, he has a lot of frame traps where he does like crouch strong, back strong. That's his like true 3-frame normal frame trap that he has. So in a lot of situations, you're doing this string right here, and you're reacting to that back strong, either frame trapping him and you're confirming the combo, or it's blocked and you're confirming that.
Okay.
So I mean, that's kind of like what a hit confirm is.
And the frame trap is?
It is when you it's based on the numbers, the frame data, like I was talking about earlier, knowing that they can't push a button there, your button will win.
Okay,
because
so
of that
3 frames.
Exactly, they have a 3-frame gap there to where you have advantage. So you counter hit them, and you have to confirm that.
Okay.
So like that's a big deal with Ken. A big part of his game is just confirming that, and it takes reactions. A lot of people find it harder to do in this game because it has the 6 frames of lag, so it's a little bit more tricky. But I think you play a good character, and it's very rewarding to have that when you're in the zone confirming stuff. It's very fun. So it keeps you fresh. It's like less robotic. I think it's fun. Season 2, they made his crouch strong +5 now.
Okay.
One of his changes, +5 frames on hit. So what he can do is he can now super link off of his crouch medium punch. So what you have to do is, you'll see a lot of times in my match, what I'm doing is I'm doing crouch strong over and over, and I'm waiting for that hit. Because when he hits, I can combo my super raw like that, and it combos.
Right.
But if it's blocked, I don't want a super, or else he's going to obviously block my super and punish me hard.
Right.
So you're literally, it's a 1-frame timing, so you're literally in match confirming that hit versus that block.
Right.
So that's something that you take to training mode and kind of practice. Like you get blocked and punished.
Right.
So that's a very huge part of his gameplay, and that's kind of what confirming is. So obviously, not everyone you play ever is going to use Ken all the time. So you got to learn different character matchups, like how to approach different characters, and how to play against their moves and stuff. So I'll go and switch up a little bit here and give you some experience. So this is a matchup that you're going to run into a lot now in Season 2, because he's a really good character, a lot of Battle Royale players now. And it's not great for Ken matchup-wise. So you're going to want to have a strategy when you go into this to kind of help even it out. Right. One thing you're going to know is that Battle Royale's going to be doing a lot of dash punches. Okay, now this move, when it's spaced, is safe. But when it's not spaced properly, it's unsafe. So one thing you're going to want to learn to do, and this goes with, like I said, the character matchup, is know how to punish that when I block it. Okay. So what's going to happen is you're going to block this dash punch up close. Go ahead and crouch. It'll kind of help you so you don't walk back. And then I'm going to do this, and up close, it's -4. Okay. So what you can do is you can do your stand light kick, which is 4 frames, and you'll punish it.
Okay.
Yeah. Block and then do stand short. All right, or jab. I mean, jab works too. Stand short goes a little bit farther. So but yeah, yep. But you have 1 frame to do it, but you can punish with that. Perfect. So Balrog, he doesn't have a reversal, like a DP. Okay. So when he gets pressured, one of the things that he's going to have to rely on doing is like teching throws. He doesn't have a DP, so a lot of times you're going to catch him throw teching. So Ken's known for kind of like doing shimmies. So this is a matchup where you know that you're going to be able to bait his throw a lot. Okay. So what you're going to do is kind of like walk into me, and like you're going to throw me, and then walk back, which is going to fake me out, and I'm going to whiff my throw. And then you're going to punish me with that medium kick roundhouse target combo we did earlier. So you're just going to kind of like walk into my face, walk out, and then I'm going to whiff throw, and then you punish me. Exactly. Okay. So that's what's called a shimmy, and that's important against characters like Balrog who don't have DPs because they don't have that extra defensive tool to help get you off. So they're going to be forced to tech throw or guess tech a lot more, especially because Ken has a throw loop in the corner. Right. So it's something they're going to have to deal with a lot.
So if you're pushing him in the corner, you want him to try and do that.
Exactly. Yeah, because you get big damage with Ken.
If they have a constant go-to combo or something.
Exactly. Or like you notice that there's someone who like mashes tech a lot to like bait your throw, so you can do that shimmy. Right. Or there's someone that likes the DP or like wake up EXDP when they have V trigger. You can bait that kind of thing and punish them for it.
Right. You just gotta be paying attention to all that.
Exactly. So for example, Balrog has a 3-frame short. So there's a lot of players that are like they do like wake up 3-frame short a lot. Yeah. So what you can do is if they're that type of player, as Ken, if you knock me down with like a sweep, you can pressure me with crouch strong on my wake up and you can counter hit that. It's all about timing. So you'll learn the setups just like that. Okay. See how you counter hit me? Yeah. So if you and from that can lead to a lot of opportunity for Ken. Okay. So when you have those reads on people, it kind of helps pull things back in Ken's favor and help him win. It's very easy to get discouraged when you jump in because and this goes with anybody, you're going to lose a lot. And this is my biggest philosophy is you're going to lose a lot before you win. And you have to be patient and willing to take those losses before you find that character that you like. It's not like you're going to pick. You have a cast of 25 characters. You're not going to just spin and pick one, and it's going to be the right one all the time. Yeah. So you have to be able to pick your characters, lose until you find something that fits your style, and it works a little bit better for you. But a lot of times players end up quitting or they just fall off before they get past that point. Right. A lot of people don't make it past that point. So I think it's important to just remain patient and be okay that you're losing because everyone goes through that phase. Yeah. I've been through it. Justin Wong's been through it. Everyone's gone through that phase where you lose, and it's the first step to getting better.